Now, a world of magic is in your hands. Panasonic presents OmniMovie, a camera and video recorder in one. Capture magic moments forever.
Get a close-up, Joe.
Yeah. OmniMovie uses full-size VHS tapes, plays Hollywood movies or your own.
That's right, Santa.
Don't miss a single OmniMovie magic moment from Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
You might recall that from time to time I've posted footage from this camera, but never done an actual video of the camera itself. Some of the later clips were at full 60 frames per second. But here's the camera at last. I've had this for about a year, and it was $20 at the Salvation Army, in great working condition. This is a Panasonic OmniMovie model PV-200D. And it was made in 1985. And here's a side view of the camera, where you could see the VHS mechanism, where you just load a standard cassette on there. And there's a shoulder rest, so if you're holding the camera on your shoulder, it won't be that awkward to hold it. And here's the other side. Over here is your record review button, and here are your zoom buttons, and here's a backlight for night shots. And over here you can reveal the VHS controls. I have that sealed right now because it's a little broken, so that little plate falls off, but it's not really that much of a big deal, but I'll show it to you anyway. And there's your basic controls. When you turn it on, it'll be ready to record when this and this slide are lit up. Here's your fast forward, your play and your rewind, your pause key and your stop key. And over here is your tracking knob, and here's a counter for the display, and here you could set the date and time, although it doesn't use a battery or anything. And here we are with the zoom controls and the button I mentioned earlier, and you could pop out a viewfinder and adjust it at any angle. This is a small black and white CRT inside, which is mirrored. You can even do it like this. Over here is your microphone. You can also plug in headphones or an external microphone. And here's your lens. Right here you could manually zoom, including the macro mode, and here you could do manual focus. This also has autofocus, which you can see with the slider switch for auto, manual, and to autofocus. And here's your white balance for fixed or automatic, and here's for outdoor or indoor lighting, as indicating. This is your standby button. It'll do this if it's inactive for a few minutes. And there's your power button. And over here you could plug in a remote, and here you could connect an adapter for using in the car or using the AC adapter, which also has the necessary RCA jacks to connect it to a TV, via aerial or set jacks. I'll show you the power adapter right now. But before we do that, here's the date code, November 1985. And here's the power brick where you could put the rechargeable battery. This one didn't have a rechargeable battery, and even if it did, it's probably dead. Here you can also put a rechargeable battery if you really wanted to. And here's the connector. There's your video out and your audio out. This is a mono camera, not a stereo camera. And here's for the RF modulator for channel 3 or channel 4. And here's your antenna in and antenna out. And here's your switch. You could power it or charge the battery instead. And you could connect another charger there too. Now let's turn around so you could see the unit powering up. And now let's put a cassette. When you put a cassette, it'll also activate the microphone. And if you want to see that in slow motion, I'll gladly provide that. And let's put the cassette in. If it's a recordable tape, you'll see the indicator lights stating that it's ready to record. As you see right here, this and this lights up indicating that it's ready to record video. And to record, you press this button right here, which is the record button, and also to pause while recording. And I'll get you some raw footage of this unit powering up directly from my capture card, followed by some footage I recorded earlier today. And here we have the power on sequence. When I take out the cassette, the microphone will mute itself. If it's a cassette that it could be recorded, the mic will activate itself again. And here's a manual zoom right now. Here's the focus. Now let's put it on standby so you can see how standby is like. And you'll see how quick it was to start right back up. Now let's show you some actual footage that I recorded earlier today.
Been